vision and see through the counterfeit. I want the realest. Where he come from, you can't get there with a PJ. It's so full inside this house, I feel like DJ. I can't fight it, let your light come shine on me, yeah. Ain't no hiding, I'm confiding in your peace, yeah. Hey, hey, carrying buckets of shame. Father, I'm saying your name, but so far from it. Come see the blood in my veins. For me, he bleeding the same. Take this covenant, this is the greatest exchange. At his altar, there's a flame that burns your rubbish. Gave me a cup full of rain, he poured it over every stain until he coming. Hey. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Yeah, I just
Sweet, innocent 21-year-old. I was 21 years old. I was living in Baltimore, Maryland. Yes, I was. I was born and raised in Baltimore City, okay? Franklin Square General Hospital it was. Yes, 21 years old. I was young, I was vibrant, I was well taken care of, nourished in my home. It was just a wonderful time. It was wonderful 20s that I had. And my mother did not play with us. She didn't joke and play with us. She told me, I understood she was not my friend. Right. And I told Diane, Dominique, well, y'all not my friends. I'm your mother. You know, so you can't, and I've seen people get on that friendship thing with their child, and the child step out of bounds and they start disrespecting. I'm like, no, we're not going to take it.
What an amazing first episode to talk about the 20s. I am super excited that I'll be able to talk to my mommy today, Miss Diane Harris. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Hi, Dominique. Hi, baby. How's everybody doing today? How are you doing today?
I'm good, Mommy. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. I am so glad and so excited. I am so glad and excited and glad about today. I welcome everybody here to Pearls of Wisdom. Second episode, what would I tell my younger self? Today I'm going to be talking about my 30s. Last week it was in the 20s. My 30s today, and that's a picture of me right there. That was me in my place, and I was all grown. I was whole grown. So that means I was doing what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, and when I wanted to do it. So I'm going to talk about my 30s. And I'm going to have Dominique here to interview me because she was there. She was young.
I remember that picture.
Well, she was there. She remembered the picture. But I welcome you again. And I want you to put down in the comments, what would you say to your 30s or your 10-year younger self? What would you have to say to him or her? What encouraging word would you give them? How would you minister to them to do something different?
Well, you know, as someone who was about to enter into their 30s.
Her whole 30s, y'all. I'm going to have a 30-year-old. Another 30-year-old.
My 20s are fleeting, so, but what better person to speak to than my mother?
Hello.
Hi, Mom. So, that being said, what is something that you wish you had known in your 30s now that you're older, more wiser, have experienced more life?
Good question, Dominique. Good question. And I got an answer. So, what I would have told myself in my 30s, what I would tell her is this: focus. Make better decisions. You focus. You stay out the clubs. You're too young. Don't do it. Well, actually, you're too old. What time I started 30s? I mean, I should have already been well into my career. But I would tell her to just slow down. You know, just slow down and breathe, so that you can make better decisions for your future, and especially for your children, because that's going to impact everything as they get older.
So, speaking of children, you had me at 30. So, Diane is 7 years older than me. No, 8. Yeah, she's 8. Oh, you got it right. My mom always confuses our age. She thinks I was born in 88, but she has a child in 88. She's a child in 87 and 95.
I confuse their names, their everything.
Right. So I was born 95. My older sister was born in 87. So obviously you had Dinah in your late 20s. You had me, or your mid 20s. You had me in your early 30s. So what would you say is a difference in how you evolved, whether it was as a woman or just in general, your parenting style, anything that you think changed between your late 20s and now entering into your 30s as a mother again?
Good question. And I got an answer. So when I had Diana, of course I was younger. I was in like you said, my mid-20s, and I wasn't doing anything. I was still young, and I was just feeling myself and feeling my way through, trying to figure out life and what it's all about. And then here I am with a child, and so I had to grow up fast. I had to grow up fast in being a mother. And I had my mother. She led me, she helped me, and she guided. And of course, your father was there. He helped along the way too. But it was different because, like I said, I was in my mid-20s. Everybody's not mature in their 20s. I was not mature in my 20s, not like you and Diana even. I was more about having fun in my 20s and running the street and doing different things. I wasn't about trying to be at home. So I would leave you guys with your father sometime, with your grandmother, and I was just running the street. So I would tell her, just stop, slow down, slow it down, and focus more on your children in the future for you, for yourself, and for your family.
Well, what exactly would you, if you were in your 30s, would you have focused on? Like, where do you think you would have been now had you been more focused in your 30s?
It was a decision I had to make because I remember I was trying to finish college, and I remember talking to your grandma. I told her, I said, Mommy, I said, I can't because I'm wasting too much time not spending with my children. I said, so I'm going to put school on the side.
I remember that.
I'm going to put school aside and I'm going to spend time with my kids. And I did. We would do things. I would take you all to places. We go to parks. I got on an airplane, went to Florida at one time, and then we would go down south with Disney World before I took Disney World. So I wanted to spend. Yeah, I took y'all that's right. The Universal Studios. I took y'all. And so I wanted to do things with the children. I wanted to spend time with them. I wanted to show them that I'm there. I've always wanted the closeness with my children. I always wanted to be really close to my children. I always left it open for them to talk to me about anything. So I was. Because in my 20s, I was out there doing all kinds of, crazy stuff after I had Diana. I just broke free and started just running wild. But I would tell her, just slow down and stop. Stay home with the baby, stay home with everything, stay home with the toddler. It wasn't until a few years later I started just spending time.
After your
This was after Diana. Okay. Yeah, and then when you came along, I decided, no, I can't. I told Grandma, I said, I can't go to school right now. So I put it on hold for years. And it wasn't until years later that my daughters told me, now we got to push you. And they pushed me right on to get my degree. And I'm grateful for that.
Yes, it's never too late.
It's never too late. Just do it.
But
I tried to get Dominique to help me with things with the math. She wouldn't want to do it. I wanted her to do it for me, but she wouldn't. She was that.
I
don't want to do it for you. I want to show you. I don't want to do the problem for you.
Because how can you doing it for someone does not help them?
And I appreciate that because it did help me to learn. Because if she would have done it, I would have done it.
So in your 30s, then you would have stayed in school, and you would have.
I would tell my younger self, stay in school and finish. It would have been forfeiting time with my children, but my mother did it because my mother, the grandma, would leave us with my grandfather. And he would watch us, and they went to school. She wanted to finish school. The love and everything never left the household. She just wasn't there by present. But when she was there, there was no weekends. We could spend time with her. But they came in 9, 10 o'clock at night. We weren't asleep. So, but you look at both stories. With my story, I gave it up so that I could pursue. Grandma continued to pursue, and I give it up, but we still can't have good outcomes.
Right.
I just wish that I had done it. I would tell her I don't know if I would have told her just go ahead and go through school.
Yeah, that was my question. Would you have done grandma's route and just had us? Because it would have been you were halfway through, right?
Yeah.
Because you had got the associate, so it would have been 2 more years.
Close, right. But I wanted to spend more time with my children. I wanted to put that time into y'all and just forfeit school. But look at it, I still did it anyway. Eventually, 500 years later, but I did it. It would have worked out better, I think, for her Because as she completed, I probably would have taken a different route in careers. I might have chosen better jobs. I didn't, that's one thing I didn't want. I didn't want a job, I wanted a career. So I think that had I stayed in it, probably would have made a difference. I'm not sure, but I don't regret not doing it. But I would tell her now, talking from the wisdom standpoint, spend time with your children. I would. School's not going anywhere. My children are getting older, and I want to spend time with them. So now I would tell her just do that. But other than that, just focus on the future. What you want to do in terms of a career. Because at that age, I didn't even want to work. I didn't like work. I just wanted to marry a rich man and just keep me. I wanted to be kept. But I didn't do that. So I wound up just taking one job after another. And you don't want to do that because then you're taking jobs just for money. It's not even meeting. The end's not even meeting like that. So yeah.
Well, what would have been your career then? Do you have an idea?
I wanted to go in the military. In
your 30s?
Yeah. My granddaddy told me you could do it up. He said you can keep taking that test up until what? Was it 30 something?
I don't know. Times could have changed.
It was in the 30s. Yeah, something like that. He was saying that you could
do what? Like be a soldier?
No, I didn't want to be a soldier. I just want to be cute behind a desk. I just wanted to make, what I heard they had good benefits, and I'm talking about from my 30s now.
We've watched
and I heard they had good benefits. No, they said they had good benefits. They pay for your house.
But you said you want to look
cute. You go to the
behind
commissary, you can look at all the military men going all across the field and everything. But I told you, everybody's not mature. I wasn't mature. My whole focus was off.
Yeah, because you have to go through basic training.
But my focus was in the right place with my kids. But I wasn't thinking, this is going to impact their future. Maybe you should rethink what you're doing, choose a better career, something that's going to get you, further along than what you were. I would definitely tell her to take a different route. Think, slow down and think.
Do you think if you gave up school to spend more time with us, do you think had you gave up clubbing and replaced that with school, that would have been doable? Well,
no, because the clubbing was like from 11 o'clock at night to like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. They don't have class at that time. So no, because at least I could still come home and spend time with y'all. When I was out,
because we're
asleep, right? When you weren't asleep, I was already on. So I still spend time with y'all. And even
that's so strategic. I
was telling you, I had it all planned out, but it was planned out all wrong.
Right. That was very.
Go back to your 30s and get it right, baby. I would tell her, get it right, rethink this thing, reroute your thoughts, and let's do better.
Okay.
Yes. And this is a testimony for other, because there's other 30-year-olds out there who's probably doing the same thing. Most likely they are. Not everybody, but everybody's mind at 30 is not on their future. Unfortunately. That's why I commend you and Diana and even Ken. Y'all focused. And I thank God for that, because I'm like, y'all got that for y'all. Could have got it. Y'all got it, you could have got it. Yeah, because your father's focused. He was really focused, and he knew what he wanted. And everybody, but I was just out there playing. And that's one of the regrets I do have. But I just thank God that he kept his hands over the household. He watched over us.
What made you want to play your 30s, though?
What made me? I think because when I was growing up, Grandma never really fought. I'm not blaming her, because when I got to be an adult, I could still make my own decisions. But I think had I been guided, more, because Grandma always pushed school. And but I just I didn't want to put school first. That's why I felt the need to go to her and tell her I want to put the kids before school. And she was like, okay, you grown, do what you want to do. But what was your question? Because I go off to another place.
No, but my question is, what made you? Now I forgot what the question was until the other side. What didn't I ask you? What was your mindset in your 30s? What made you into the club?
Yeah, because I just wanted to have fun. I wasn't thinking about the future. I didn't have to, because Grandma, I had a cushion at home that was so cushionable. It was so soft and plush. And so I didn't have to make any decisions.
You have to enter into the real world.
Right, I hadn't done it. I hadn't done it yet.
But you had your own place, so you found out.
Yeah, I went out because I wanted to get out from under Grandma's house, because I couldn't drink and stuff in there. So again, I made the decision to move out, and abruptly, all for the wrong reasons. I wasn't level up. I'm like, girl, get your head on straight. Mm-hmm. I wish that, and Grandma did a good job of telling me not to do this. But Grandma, like we were saying, a lot of times parents will tell you not to do something, but they don't give you an explanation. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, you know, like, stop hanging out in the street. You don't need to hang out in the street. You know, what's wrong with being in the street? What's wrong with clubbing? You know, what's wrong with having fun? But I don't know. When I look back, I don't know what the mindset was to make me not want to think serious. I don't know what it was. I just didn't. I wish that I had, but I didn't.
Did you desire to be a homeowner? Because I remember we were in apartments my whole life. Like in your 30s, were you desiring to have a home?
You know, I desired to have a home, but I could never make the income to have a home like I wanted to because I did not get out there and go to the banks and ask questions about anything. I didn't have the knowledge like they was telling us at our church. You know, they were talking about the knowledge of being able to being able to get out there and financially get yourself settled. I was just all I was about to play. If I had, you know, I worked, but I was working from paycheck to paycheck, and I was barely making it. So I, you know, thank Grandma and Granddaddy, they was there to help all the time. You know, they was spoiling you rotten. You know, and
Mommy said she was clubbing, but I was having a ball at grandma's house.
I get home and there's pizza all over the bed, and she was ordering stuff out of grocery store books. What's that store? Schwann's. Grandma would give her the book, say, "Get what you want, Dominique." And Dominique was kind of like cheese sticks, pizza.
And back in the day, this is when on demand had just started, so like I could buy $7 movies and be sitting there like, "Grandma, I'm hungry." It's 10:00 at night. And she'll have my grandfather order me a pizza, and I'd be sitting there watching movies. Mommy come pick me up, and I'm nestling between them with a whole box of pizza in front of me, knocked out. I was living the life.
Right. So, you know, I thank God for my mother, and I thank God for my father because they were really there. You know, but for me, I don't even know if I would have listened had they told me because they was talking about school. I wasn't listening. When your mind is set on something else, you're not really paying attention. You're not listening. So my word to my 30-year-old is, that's you can do so much better. I would tell her you can do so much better. Make better choices. Make better choices. Go after things that's God given to you, and do it for your children. If not for yourself, do it for your children. Do it for them because I remember Dominique wanting so many things that I could not give her at that time. I remember one time he went over some child, he went over the little girl's house. And Dominique came back, she was so down. She was like, "Oh, this girl, she got everything. Her closet was full." And I felt terrible. You know, so I'm applying for different jobs. But back then it was just hard because if you did not have the education, the doors weren't opening. Sort of like now. You know, it's just worse now.
Now they want you to have a master's degree. Bachelor's not
right,
good enough.
You just barely have a high school, you know.
Right.
You know, so yeah. I would say make better choices.
Well,
Absolutely.
I actually always was amazed how watching you as a child in your 30s, you talk about how, you know, I know there are regrets that you had for us when we were children and not always being there all of the time or not being available, but like how did you manage to create such a environment for us to be so open towards you and also to just always have so much fun even though you were struggling as a single parent or even though, you know, you still want to have fun and be the life of the party? How were you able to do all of that at the same time?
Well, I'm going to tell you because I love my children. And I love them deep. It was nobody but me. I don't come up against my kids. It was that type of man type, don't do it. Don't touch my daughters. Don't mess with my children. So it was the love I had because I didn't want y'all to not have, but yet I didn't quite understand how I can just go get it because I was applying for different jobs, but nothing was open. You know, so, but I just didn't want y'all to feel the blunt of what I was feeling. It was many nights I was crying.
I had no idea.
I
was living my best life as a child. I had no idea.
And I was shocked because when I got older, they told me, they said, "Mommy, you didn't do bad. It was okay." And I was like, "What?"
It's my best life.
Because I know you wanted to have this and that, but it's, you know, Grandma and Daddy did step in. They did step in a lot, and they helped a whole lot.
I always had food.
I kept the house warm. I kept the house
had
full of
toys.
food.
Had like 60 teddy bears. Used to play school with them. I was living the only thing from my childhood I do not like.
You remember the ice machine?
No, I was going to think about that. Oh my gosh. So what I realized what my mother would do is some of the appliances that she would buy me that I thought was for me to play with was actually to feed her own desires. So like she bought me a slushy machine that I thought it was for me, so I could have slushies, but really it was, hey Dominique, want to make slushies? And then she would eat it all up. I wasn't even eating the slushies.
Nice.
Or you bought the, what is it? The Easy Bake Ovens, because I like to bake even at a young age. And she was making
baked
cake.
the best cakes out of that oven. I would wake up and say, "You want to bake some cakes?"
Right. I was like, yeah, mommy, that sounds like fun. Or my Scooby-Doo waffle machine. You gonna go make breakfast in the morning? I'm like, yeah, mommy, it's so much fun. All because she wanted it though.
But look what happened. You turned out to be a good cook.
I did. Now I love cooking and baking. So
right. So when she graduated out of the Easy Bake Oven, I started buying the real cake mixes, and then she started going to scratch. So I'm blessed. Fat but blessed. No, I'm not fat. I'm fluffy. Watch it.
Okay, Mommy. My last and final question. If you could go back to any time period of your 30s, whether it's the beginning or towards the end, where is one specific age or age range in which you wish you could go back and change something if you could?
I would go back to like my mid to late 30s because it wasn't, well, the next segment is going to tell you why, but my mid to late 30s, I would say that time, because we was having a lot of fun. You know, we was doing things. We was really close knit as a family, and I wish that I had spent more time with Grandma and Reddy. Even though they lived around the corner, we were there every day. But
yeah, literally every
day.
day.
We drive over there every day.
And then on the weekends,
like
literally every day.
Dinner for them. Dominique would cook with her grandfather. I would go back to those times, and it's not so much. I can't say it would change anything. I would make it even better.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah, I would enjoy it more. I wouldn't be creeping out in the middle of the night, lying to them, telling them I'm going around to a friend's house and was actually going to the club.
See, she says all these things, and I'm amazed because I'm like, when were you creeping out? Where was I?
Because you
what
were
was I
doing?
doing?
You loved having you.
Oh yeah, and I had a dog. I was running around with my dog.
Her dog. She had Peppy.
My little poodle.
Yes. So yes, that's it.
That's it. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mommy.
Thank you, Dominique, for interviewing me.
Yes, Mommy, giving me nuggets of pearls.
Mm-hmm.
So when I
nuggets of pearls. Ooh, I love that.
Nuggets of pearls.
Nuggets of pearls.
So when I finally
nuggets.
Oh, I got pearls.
Look, you got nuggets. Mm-hmm.
So when I finally hit my 30s.
And you will.
Well, I know I will. I'm just saying. Like,
it's not going to come too fast. Just enjoy it.
It is. What? 2 more years of freedom in my 20s.
What do you mean freedom?
The freedom to the 20s.
Oh. You don't have freedom in your 30s?
I know, but
okay.
I got gray coming through.
Yeah.
I got it from you. It's hereditary. We have gray patches in our hair.
Right on this side.
It'll only, mine's right here at the center.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all will never see it. But thank you, Mommy.
Thank you, Dominique.
I enjoyed your nuggets.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just say this is the ending of the show. I am so glad that you all came by to visit. I'm glad you came by to say hello to me. I hope you put something in those comment lines because I'm curious to see what you would tell your younger self. It could be something good or it could be something bad. Whatever you want to do. If you want to tell them, whatever. Just put it in the comments. I'd be glad to hear from you. But I thank you for dropping by. And listen, if you didn't catch this segment this time, you can live stream it. You can do at Kavad Ministries. You can go to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. You can catch up on all our series. We have so much on it. We have so much fun because this is a fun family. We like to have fun, okay? And we like to eat too. But anyway, thank you for coming by. I love you guys. See you the next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame.